What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Joey from the So Wizard Podcast, coming back at you with some more comic book reviews. That's right, I am a lapsed comic fan. Haven't read books regularly in years. So what I've been doing is heading on down to the comic shop every Wednesday, our beloved Comics apostrophe more in Easthampton, Massachusetts, grabbing a couple books, paying for them out of pocket, coming back here and letting you know what is worth it when we're comparing the cost versus the content. So before we get started, of course, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the bell down below so that you know when all the So Wizard podcast content is coming across the YouTube channel for you. There are movie reviews, there's interviews, there's unboxings, trailer reactions, so much more. So definitely hit that bell, that like, and the subscribe so you can get all our cool content into your eyes for you, straight through your phone, your computer, or even your TV. Awesome. So let's get it started, man. What did we get this week? We got a big one and a small one this week. So a couple weird things going on. We're going to start with the smaller one. And that, my friends, is Ghost Rider number 4 from Marvel. This is Legacy 247. Why can't they just put 247 on the book? Like, why can't it just be issue 247? Why does it have to be number 4, but Legacy 247? I guess that's for old nerds like me when you're putting it in your long box so you can know where it goes, but the rest of us, they don't care. So this one is written by Benjamin Percy, art by Corey Smith, inks by Oren Jr. And I think is this an ongoing? Is it a limited series? I'm not really sure. I just grabbed it. I love Ghost Rider from back in the day. I used to like grabbing the Johnny Blaze issues out of the 4 for $1 bin when I was a kid. And then Johnny Ketch, Ghost Rider, blew up in the 90s. It was the coolest thing you ever seen. He was in every book as a guest star. He was in Thor. He was in teaming up with the Punisher and Wolverine. It was the coolest thing you ever saw. We just loved Ghost Rider. Then it kind of went away for a while, came back. He was in a car. I really liked when he was on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. That was really cool, actually. I liked the actor and the character in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. That was a good season. Season 4, really good. But apparently it is the 50th anniversary of Ghost Rider. So just in case you didn't feel old enough, the new hot character of Ghost Rider is 50 years old. And we've got this series. I guess we'll just kind of get into it. Written by Benjamin Percy, art by Corey Smith. Yeah. I didn't really like this book. The art reminds me of Crossed. Did you ever read Crossed by Was it Avatar books? It was like not zombies, but they were zombies and they did all sorts of awful things. And it was like, ooh, so shocking. Like it was Ow the Edge, the zombie comic book. There's only like by the 10th time you saw somebody eat a baby, you were just kind of like numb to it. But the art reminds me of that. And I'm not going to really... some of it I can't show. It might be a little too hot for YouTube. But basically, Ghost Rider, Johnny Blaze is out going around, and there's a secret agent and a girl that are chasing him. There's some guy in a trench coat that they are looking to for help, and the circus comes to town. He shows up in a town. He's basically traveling town to town on his bike, looking to enact vengeance upon people. And then apparently the circus of crime are now zombies. I don't know when that happened. It's not really explained why they're zombies. But yeah, they attack a town and he helps the town. I guess it's not really clear what happens to the town because the circus of crime are zombies, and then they make the town people into this big like blob of people thing that like comes out of the ground. And then Ghost Rider is just like, you're already imprisoned. Why don't you go home and think about what you've done? Or something like that. And then the blob thing runs away. But like, is it going to break apart and they all just go back to normal? Is it going to stay a blob? Like what I don't know. It's not really explained. And then the circus of crime are possessed by something. I don't know. It's just not explained very well. And the art's okay. I mean, the art's good for the most part. I mean, it has that feel to it, like Cross did. Like it's just a kind of a weird, almost like it's hard to explain if you haven't read comics for a long time. It has that like adult feel to it, like crossed, like Vigil, like that kind of book. Like it just has that weird adult comic feel. Like it should be behind the counter with the lesbian vampire comics from the 90s. But for the most part, it's just kind of there. It felt like it needed another 10 pages to like flesh everything out. For the most part, as a single issue that I picked up for $3.99 without really any prior knowledge of the storyline or what was going on. Just not really feeling it. I don't think I'll be picking up issue 5 of Ghost Rider, though I am curious to see what happens to a giant blob of humanity that ran away, but not curious enough to spend another $4 on it. At the very least, the cover and the paper quality was good. So I'm probably about a 2 out of 5 on this. 2 out of 5. You know, it is what it is. I'm not like hellishly offended by it, but at the same time, I'm not like gonna go do backflips around the house over it either. It's just a comic that I read and it wasn't very good. Sorry, Benjamin Percy and Corey Smith, but this just wasn't for me. 2 out of 5. Throw it over there. So the other one we got is the big release that this past week came out, and that is Batman 125. This is a jump on point new Batman story. I guess we had a new creative team on it. There's Chip Zdarsky, and I got to flip through it because why would they put the credits right at the beginning of the book? You know, of course, they're not going to make it easy on you. And I probably should have tagged it to make this seem a little more professional. Sorry, professional comic book reviewers out there. I guess that's just not me. Is it at the end? I don't know. I'm just looking for the credits. It's Chip Zdarsky is writing it. There it is. Jesus. Chip Zdarsky writing. George Jimenez is on the art. And then there's a bunch of different covers. So we're not going to go into all of them. I got a Jim Lee cover. This one looked pretty cool. So that was the cover I got. They didn't have the regular one, which is weird. Every time I go to pick up books sometimes, and it's not a knock on the store or anything, but it almost seems harder to find the normal edition than it is these variants. Like we have a store around us called Newberry Comics, which is a little more corporate. I try to avoid going there if I can, but every now and then it is what it is. They always only seem to have variants. And not like expensive ones where they're like 1 out of every 500 issues, just like random extra covers. They never have the normal ones. Maybe the normal ones are the ones that sell from now on. The variants aren't. I thought the Jim Lee cover was pretty cool. So for the most part, this is a jump on point. If you haven't been reading Batman, and I certainly haven't been, I really like the Scott Snyder run. But then I really did not like the Tom King stuff. And I just kind of fell off from what I was reading. And I was mostly reading it in trade at that point. And just kind of fell off. Didn't like the Tom King stuff. What I do like about this, first of all, the art is fantastic. Let's not get it twisted. The art's fantastic. Just looks amazing. This is DC's flagship book, and it should have the best art on their line. And guess what? It's pretty close. I do love World's Finest. I've said it a million times here, so I will let you know I like World's Finest better than this. But this art is very, very, very good. So no complaints art-wise. Story-wise, same thing. We've got Batman. You kind of have a flashback to start. Something goes down with the Penguin. I don't want to spoil it too much, but something goes down with the Penguin. Involves having to be dressed up as Bruce Wayne at one point undercover. Robin's helping him out. Hijinks ensue with some other unsuspecting villains. Robin gets injured. More hijinks ensue. And the Penguin kind of unleashes his master plan, which involves him dying. It's comics. He'll be back. Don't worry about it. It's not like it's a spoiler. He'll be back. That kind of opens up a can of worms where we move into the present day. And now there is Catwoman and a bunch of other characters kind of fighting over Penguin's casino and all that kind of stuff. And I guess that's going to be kind of the setup for the storyline going forward. I thought this was great. If you like Batman, here you go. You've been looking to jump in to Batman and want to read a Batman comic monthly. Here you go. That's where you're going to start. Just pick it up. Just go in and pick it up. The art's fantastic. The storyline is Batman. It just reads like a Batman book, and that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. It's not trying to reinvent the wheel. We're not turning Batman into something stupid or trying to do something different to shock us. And the DC universe will never be the same. It's a well-written Batman book. Fantastic. And the only knock I would say on it is there are a couple references to things that must have happened previously in the book. Or maybe they didn't. And I just haven't read Batman long enough to know what was going on. But there's a tiny couple references to things that happened in the past. And they went over my head because I hadn't been reading Batman for years. But it wasn't anything that took me completely out of the story by any stretch of the imagination at all. And, the art is just fantastic. I mean, here's Batman, kind of, there we go. Batman kind of, coming out after being undercover at the party. It's just good stuff, man. I really enjoyed it. I think, we'll see where it goes. But as a jump on point, it's perfect. It's what you want. You want to be able to say, I know enough about Batman to know I want to read a Batman book, but I don't know what the hell happened in the last 5 years of Batman comics. Here you go. Batman 125 jumps you right in. That's all you need to know. And that's what I love about it. That's what I loved about the Scott Snyder stuff. You knew enough about Batman to like Batman, but you didn't know as much about, 25,000 years of continuity. You just jump in and read it. That's how I feel with this book too. This one's great. I'm at a 4.5 out of 5. It's worth your money. $6.99. It better be goddamn worth the money, but you got a cardstock cover and DC's always got good paper quality. So no complaints there, but man, $6.99 is rough. That's a tough ask. As long as the quality stays like this, $6.99 is fine. If this starts to suck ass, well then it's not even worth the $4 if it's at that point. So $4 is a big ask when it's not very good. More than happy to drop $7 if the quality is going to stay like this. So 4.5 out of 5 for me on Batman 125. I would say definitely pick it up. Let me know what you think. In the comments below, you can always let us know what you think. Did we get it right? Did I get it wrong? Is there other books I should be checking out in the future, maybe in the past that I missed? So, please feel free to comment below. As always, like I said, hit the subscribe, hit the like, hit the bell, so you're getting all the Soul Wizard content in your eyes when it's ready and coming across your YouTube for you. And that's it, man. I'm a lapsed comic fan. Spent about $11 on comics this past week, and I feel like I got $7 worth out of it. So I think that's a pretty good average for what we're doing. Ghost Rider, number 4, we got a 2 out of 5. Not that great. Batman 125, 4.5 out of 5 worth picking up. So that's going to do it. That's our comic reviews for the week. Hope to see you next week with some more books. Good journey.